Alrighty, so MidFall podcast. I don't really know what episode this is because this is technically a filler kind of episode, but not a filler because you know what? No, it's a special episode, is what it is. So MidFall special where I'm interviewing Mr. Juan MOG Hernandez. You know, he's got his first debut upcoming fight this April 4th. To y'all people, to everybody, he is MOG, Mr. Walk 'em down, Mr. MOG, you know, Mr. I don't know, Mr. Hands, Mr. You know, yeah. But to me, you know, he's just won. So,
Thanks.
but you know, so I wanted to share a little bit of his story and a little bit of, you know, I just wanted to put him on social media so that way, you know, we can all get to know him a little more. Because although he doesn't say much and he's kind of a quiet individual, he is a very interesting individual. I miss, what's the word, carpooling on the way home before you used to drive.
Yeah.
You know, because you, Tristan, and I would just have a grand time. But
yeah, we literally did, yeah.
But yeah, so you know, just starting off with obviously the big news, the highlight of why we're even doing this whole podcast to begin with. April 4th, your first fight. I'm gonna go ahead and turn over a little bit, but yeah, April 4th, your first fight. How you feeling about it, dude?
I mean, you know, I was excited when I got the news, so I was like, yeah, like this is a big step up in my career. This is something I was looking forward to since like I first started boxing. And you know, I was really excited because, you know, I was dreaming of this moment.
Mm-hmm.
I was just dreaming, and now that I got to this point, you know, I'm just really excited, and like now I'm just really anxious just to get in there already. Like, I'm just ready to get in there already.
Yeah, for sure. Where did you become pro within the timeline that you expected when you even first started boxing?
I'll be honest with you, I didn't really have a timeline. Well, I mean, when I was younger, I did. Because I remember I was hearing there's some American boxers here in America that turned pro. They were signed at 16. So I was like, I think I could do that as well. But at the gym I was at, you know, no disrespect to them, you know, I love them and all. They just didn't have the right resources, or they just didn't know like how to, you know, be able to how to like, you know, get me there.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I mean, I'm now 21. And I started doing this when I was 13. So, I mean, you know, I feel like God has aligned it well to, you know, to the point where like, I fully matured. And, you know, I'm starting to know my body. You know, I'm like, you know, I'm filling in. I'm stronger. I'm a little more mature. So, yeah, I mean, you know, I'll say it's a good time right now. You know, it's probably the perfect time for me to go pro.
No, for sure. Honestly, just from watching the journey and seeing it, I'd say that the stars really aligned because... Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know, just to be here already and for it to already be in like what, about 3 weeks or so.
Yeah.
So it's pretty crazy, because I still don't believe it till I, you know, see it till after, you know, just maybe the next day or maybe even after like in your second fight. Then I'll be like, yo, this guy's actually pro. Wait a minute, you know, like it'll actually like settle in, but. Yeah, so I mean it's dope. Obviously, you know, I've already accepted, you know, you're pro and everything, but it's weird. Not weird. Amazing. But yeah. Trying to be, you know, watch my vocabulary. But yeah, dude. So how did you even start boxing? Well, really quick before we even get there, where were you from?
So I was originally from Livermore, California. That's where I was like, you know, raised. So it was definitely, I was there up until I was like 12, and then from there I moved to Tracy, and you know, that's where I stay and live there.
Nice.
Right now, so that's my residency.
And then you started boxing over in Tracy?
I started boxing in Tracy, yeah. So like, I'll say like 2 years in, or about a year in, or a year and a half in, I should say. That's when I kind of got into like the sports.
Yeah.
So yeah, once I got into sports, then I saw boxing, and I was like this is something cool.
Yeah, dope. Yeah. And what who'd you see boxing that you were like, oh, I want to try this?
No, this is something that I haven't told many people, but you know, Obviously, I'm on the podcast, so now now
Yeah.
everyone, now everyone gets to know. I would say, so it was funny. I watched a boxing movie, so it's a little movie called Creed.
Really?
I saw Creed 1. So it was like years after it came out. So I started boxing in like 2018. So I moved like 3 years after. I remember I just saw like clips of it. I was like this movie looks pretty interesting. I remember I put it on. I was just inspired.
Yeah.
Like how people say they were inspired when they saw Rocky?
Yeah.
That's how I was with Creed.
Yeah,
So,
interesting.
So I remember seeing all the mitt work and stuff, and I was like, oh, I could do that.
Yeah.
And then I remember I bought a pair of mitts and like some little ass gloves.
Yeah.
So me and my sister were training in the kitchen just because we had nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
And then, I was like, oh, this is really easy. Because obviously I didn't have the proper training.
Yeah.
And then I remember I was at a quince practice for a quinceañera, and then I had a friend. This guy at the time he was a guy. He told me that he boxed, and like he also lives in Tracy. So then he brought me to his gym, and I remember doing mitt work with like, someone that knew how to hold mitts, how to train. I was like, oh damn. Like,
Yeah.
This is not. It's not what it looks like in the movies.
Yeah.
So this is a lot more cardio. So at first I took it more as a trying to get healthier. It's like trying to get more into fitness. You trying to trying to get in shape, because I was a fat kid. I was like, for a 13-year-old, I was pushing 200 pounds.
Gosh.
So I was big. I was a big boy.
Yeah.
And that helped me lose weight. But then a weekend in training, I saw people putting their headgear on, mouth guards on, having these special gloves, which I now know they're 16 ounces.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, well, I wonder what they're doing. And then I saw them sparring, so I was like, oh, I want to get in there. The coach didn't even know me at all.
Yeah.
He's just like, all right, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I went in. I'm not gonna lie, I did get my ass beat.
Yeah, for
it
sure.
was like literally someone that was like knew a lot more than I did.
Yeah.
Then I was like, I like this.
Yeah. It's fun.
I don't know, it was just fun. It was just fun. Don't get me wrong, my head was hurting the next day. Don't get me wrong.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Good, but it was fun. I was like, oh, I gotta get better at this.
Yeah.
Like I do gotta get better at this, and I just kept coming back and back and back. But it was definitely, but yeah, Creed's what got me into like the sport in general, and that's why I'm still here.
You know what? Honestly, as embarrassing as it is, I think I gotta admit that I think that around the time that like Logan Paul and Jake Paul and like them started beginning to box, like I think that's what also inspired me, because just purely because I was like, whoa, anybody can actually do this. Like, and what I mean by that is like, because I guess like I had never really seen anybody go from like, oh hey, I'm like not doing anything, to then I'm starting to fight, and then like, it's just like, okay, like like I want to go ahead and try it. But yeah, I guess that's what opened my mind, I would say, to the possibility of seeing myself in like, oh, I can do this. And then somehow met with Coach Ali, who's our head coach. So yeah, dude. How did you end up finding the gym?
So like I said, my friend, he pretty much brought me over in Tracy. So I was training out there for like 4 years. Well, I was like 3.5 years because quarantine hit. So I was training at home, and I was still in contact with one of the members there, and he told me he was a former MMA fighter, but he knew some boxing.
Yeah.
So he would train me during quarantine. So he took me to the park. I would just run laps and laps, and then we got to the network. So he would just have me training like that like every day.
Yeah.
We were doing like that like every day. I would get up, still get my run in, and then I would chill and then do all that. So I was on my quarantine, and then finally when everything was back to normal or somewhat normal.
Yeah.
I went back to the gym, and I was getting better. Don't get me wrong, because now I finally had a real boxing coach.
Yeah.
But like I said, they didn't have like the right resources at the time.
Yeah.
But then it was a member there that said he knew someone out here in San Ramon. So because initially I wasn't gonna be here.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go with Coach Ali.
Yeah.
I was actually gonna go with over in Manteca, Slick Rick. It's like
Oh,
little
okay,
boxing.
nice, interesting.
So I was training over there for like a little bit.
Yeah,
So I was like, I need a new coach. I need someone that that's like willing to give me that's gotta
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
help me with like what I'm trying to do.
yeah,
So I was already getting ready to commit to like the slick rig and boxing over in Manteca, and then this guy, his name's David. Shout out David. He's a real one. He uses like, oh yeah, I have a buddy out in San Ramon. He needs sparring on a Wednesday night. So like, do you have any ride or anything? I
yeah,
was like, I don't got a ride, but do you think you can give me a ride?
yeah,
He's like, oh yeah, I'll give you a ride. So we planned it out. He picked me up at my house one day. And then we went there. I remember I came in, I was like, wow, this is a nice gym.
yeah.
Like, I didn't think San Ramon had this because San Ramon's like
yeah,
the
yeah,
suburbs.
Yeah.
So like you don't expect that really from like
yeah,
a
for
place
sure.
like this.
For sure.
So I remember going in, I was like, all right, it's my one shot. I gotta give it my all.
Yeah,
So I remember just like a month before I even got that, I was like doing everything I could just stay in shape.
yeah,
I was just doing crazy conditioning. I mean, even now, you know now that I got crazy conditioning somehow.
yeah.
But yeah, I just remember going like, all right, I'm just going there, throw my hands, just do what I've been doing.
Yeah.
I remember I was putting with like.
It was Mark.
Yeah, with Mark. Yeah, Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark. And like I remember I was like, damn, he looks big.
Yeah.
Like, he looks huge.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, all right, can't let that get to my head.
Yeah.
I remember I just started letting my hands go, and like I just remember at least face going like, damn, like this kid got
Yeah.
he got something. And I remember I got in with you. That's how me and him met. That's literally how me and him met. Like we were punching the shit out of each other.
Yeah. No, dude,
Yeah.
I remember we did like 2 rounds or so, and the first round I just could not find my distance. I just couldn't really hit you, but I was avoiding getting hit. And then the second round I got tired, and that's when I started getting just kicked. But yeah, dude. And then we started becoming sparring partners for a little while. But then I kind of stopped training as much, and he just picked up on everything. Like you hit like what I would say was probably like your like third gear, third gear, because I mean like right now you're like full throttle in like 6th gear, like for sure. But right now I don't even think you're close to your peak, like, because right now you don't even have pro experience, and you're getting, I mean you do technically because you've been sparring pros for a long time.
Yeah, for a
but
while. Yeah.
I mean you still have such a long way to go that it's only up from here.
I mean, sparring is different from a fight, so yeah, I wouldn't say I got the pro experience yet.
Yeah,
but I do have some pro experience just from the sparring, but not really a fight. So
no, for sure. But yeah, dude, what are kind of the, how do I say this? Oh, okay, I guess before we even get to the pro fight stuff, how would you talk about, or what do you have to say for your amateur career? Like how
my amateur career was.
Yeah, how would you tell the story of it?
It was very interesting. I'll say that it was very interesting because I remember after my first fight, I was in really good shape. I mean, everyone knew I was in really good shape.
Yeah.
I was really skinny. I was pretty strong. I looked big, but I was really small.
Yeah.
Then I remember I went to Mexico. I put the weight back on.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. In Mexico, you really can't say no to your grandma.
Yeah.
Like she's like, mijo, ven, come.
Yeah.
Bien flaquito.
That's so funny.
I was like, I can't, I can't. But you just can't say no.
Yeah.
You can't say no. So. But yeah, it was definitely good. It was definitely a good time out there. But I remember when I came back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna commit to losing the weight. But obviously, it was my senior year that year too when I came back from Mexico. So it was my senior year. So obviously, I wasn't good in school. I'll be honest, I wasn't good in school, so that had me stressed the hell out.
Yeah.
That had me stressed. And then I
think I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was stressed. So you remember, I just kind of blew up. So
yeah.
I had a round face.
Yeah.
I was big, but I was pretty round.
Yeah.
But I remember that's when I first got the taste of how cutting weight and how the sauna feels.
Was this what, 2022 or 3?
2022 going into 2023.
Yeah.
So that was like the peak. That was like the beginning of like my career going boom, boom, boom. It's kind of sloping. So I remember when I first had to cut weight. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
But
no, I remember that. Seeing you cut weight a couple times the first couple times was like pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't know how to cut weight. So obviously, You know, when it's new, you don't know what to do, and obviously YouTube is not gonna help. It can only help you so much.
Yeah. No, but like at some point, especially like last year mainly, like I think last year for sure, like you really kind of, I guess for like a better word, like mastered it. Not like mastered it, but like you had a way better understanding of like your
I had a
body
better
and
understanding
knowing.
of it.
Yeah.
But I'll say like the middle, like, so I was only an amateur for like 3 years.
Mhm.
So I wasn't. That's not really long if you think about it.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
compared
for
to, like,
sure.
other people.
For sure.
So my first year, it was decent. I had a decent record. It wasn't the best, not the prettiest, but I had it was less than 10 fights, so it was like I wasn't too active.
And at what weight was this?
It was so I was kind of fluctuating from like 160 to 154. I was fluctuating, but then second year, that's when I turned 18. So obviously my body wasn't having it.
Yeah.
Cause like I said, it was my senior year. My body's just kind of is also growing. But also I was just stressed with with school, trying to make sure I graduated and everything.
Yeah. Well, it still is technically. You don't really start going until you're 25. And I didn't even feel like I really settled in, because I remember like when I turned like 23, like I started even feeling different in my own body too. But
but that's you're not wrong though. I mean, you're definitely not wrong. Yeah, but I remember I wasn't big, like I said, I wasn't like muscularly big.
No.
I was just like fat.
Yeah.
And so like that's when I was like, yeah, I gotta move up in weight.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to keep cutting weight and stressing myself out even more.
Yeah.
So I remember I moved up to 165. I remember the first fight I had at 165. That woke me up. That woke me up because I remember that's the first time I ever got rocked in a fight.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember I was at the BB Showdown. So
Yeah.
I remember I got clocked pretty good, but I came back and won that fight. That was definitely a good fight. And then I remember when we went to Golden Gloves a month after. I went up to 176.
Oh, sheesh.
Just because I was like, I don't want to cut weight. I just want to come in the weight I'm at right now. Because I got school, all that. I don't want to deal with all that.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I pretty much I lost that fight. It was a close fight though. I'm not gonna lie, it was a close fight. The guy was just a whole lot bigger than me.
Yeah.
Way bigger. He was like muscular. So he had experience as well. So I was like, all right, well, it's time to move back down. So then I had a big old layoff just to try to get the weight down. Then I got down to 165 again. I had a decent run. And then, then I had that difficulty. Like the second year was like what was difficult. So I was like just losing back to back to back.
Yeah.
And I was in a fluke.
Yeah.
Like you could say it was a fluke or something, but I remember I was just down.
Well, I remember because like your sparring was always getting better and better and better. Like it was always getting better and better.
Yeah.
But like your fighting never really looked like your sparring.
Yeah, exactly.
You were always really good at sparring, but it would just take some time.
I was damn near like a gym warrior, basically.
Yeah.
I was a gym warrior.
Well, I wouldn't say it, but yeah. I get what you mean.
Something like that. So, and then I remember just after my second Golden Gloves, after I got stopped, I remember me and Ali had a talk, and we were like, and he was like, we're getting down, we're gonna lose the weight, we're gonna get back down to 154. And you'll feel good. So I listened to him, and 6 months later I made it down to 154 again, and that's when I started. That's when I hit the stride. Like I was able to, finally perform the way I was supposed to.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah. That was cool. And that's what you finished off at?
Yeah, I finished out at 154 because but obviously, don't get me wrong, I still had his toes because. Sugar Bird, that's when I saw my body kind of filling in.
Yeah.
That's when I saw my arms getting a little bigger, my shoulders getting wider.
Yeah.
That's where I had a difficult time kind of cutting weight.
Yeah.
Especially since my opponent didn't come in the first day. Then the second day I made the weight, but I had to cut again.
Yeah.
And then the third day, obviously the championship, the final round, I didn't win it. But but I will say this though, like that gave me, like throughout the whole year, even though my ups and downs. That was definitely my best year because I was really active.
Yep.
And that was my best winning record. That was my best winning year.
Yeah, I mean, the last nationals that you went to, you damn near almost won.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah. It was obviously just because it was a tournament style thing that you're fighting back to back that it's just hard because you missed weight, but just a tiny bit.
Tiny bit. But I mean, think about it too. Like, I was I was cutting 10 pounds almost every day.
No, and you still fought the day of, right? That you were supposed to fight.
Yeah, I still fought the following day. So I mean, I started.
Hey, who'd you fight, dude? How? Give me the stats of the opponent.
The last guy I fought that.
Yeah, tell the people what the stats.
Okay, well, this guy was 6'7" tall.
That's
6'7" inches.
And how tall are you?
Like 5'9", like 5'9". So this guy was huge. Like he was definitely huge.
Yeah.
And from what I was told, he was a pro kickboxer or something like that.
Oh, sheesh.
So he could punch. I would say this. He could punch.
Yeah.
And when I fought him, it was the weirdest thing I ever seen.
Yeah.
Cause instead of like you're supposed to stay on the ground in order for you to go throw power.
Yeah.
I was just jumping.
Yeah.
Just because I had to jump.
Yeah.
I had to jump because if I try going to the body to someone regular, obviously.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
I had to throw my hook to the body, like I was throwing it to the head.
Yeah, that's insane.
Because like his body was up. If I tried throwing it like a normal person.
Yeah.
Then that would hit.
His hips were like at your like head level type
exactly.
shit.
So
yeah.
I was like, all right. This is a different plan.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I came out there like he felt my power one time and he just didn't want to throw.
Yeah.
So I will say this though, that guy was tough though. He was tough, definitely tough. But I'm not. But I just showed me that I can do whatever I could do. I could just adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, that guy was not tough. That guy was definitely tough. My bad.
Yeah. Damn, that's insane.
Yeah.
And so that was this last year, 2025, yeah?
Yep.
That was the last year of your amateur career.
Yeah.
So when did you find out that you were going to go pro?
Honestly, after Sugarbird, I told this to a lot of people already. I said after Sugarbird, like during the Sugarbird, like the last fight, I remember just feeling it. Like that day, after weigh-ins and everything, I was like, I'm done doing this. Like I'm done doing this in the amateurs. I'm done cutting weight for the amateurs. It's like I was just done with the amateurs already.
Yeah.
Because of like all the bullshit that was going on. So I was like, I'm done with this. Like, I'm just gonna talk with coach and tell him like, hey, I'm done with the amateurs. It's just make it official and just go pro.
Yeah.
And he agreed with me.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked because he did agree with me.
Yeah. No,
So
for sure.
I was like, all right. Let's do it. Like whatever happens this fight, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just
go. Yeah.
So then but then I didn't perform that well in my last fight.
Yeah.
I will admit. But we made the adjustments that we tightened up, and like December is pretty much where I knew I was going pro already.
Yeah.
I already knew like it was gonna happen. So in December, we pretty much I've been training with James Page.
Yeah.
He's pretty much sharpened me up. James Page is former welterweight champion.
Yep.
The former WBA champion, like back in like the 90s or something.
Yep.
Back 90s, 80s. So he pretty much helped me sharpen up. So he's helped me out, and then obviously Coach Ali was helping me out and stuff. So we were preparing for that, and then obviously getting top work sparring, top prospects. So definitely do feel myself getting sharper from all that.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's been the last year was cool to see because it was exponential. Like it went in a big straight line, just upward. Yeah, because you had that skid. Was it the beginning of 2025 or was it like at the end of 2024 where you kind of started not having as much success in the amateurs?
The end of 2024.
Yeah, and then for you to come out and then just start going, because at that point too, like there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
but like you also like just got way better than what you. It wasn't even just like improving; it was actually getting better.
Yeah, the skills was getting better. Yeah.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. So then we got again. Now we're 3 weeks away from the first pro fight. Obviously the opponent keeps getting switched and whatnot, but now we're at the final one. And yeah, like what could we expect from you on that night? What do you kind of keep envisioning? What do you
I'm gonna just say.
What would you like to share?
I'm gonna just say this, like I just want to put on a good show for for the fans and everything. I definitely want to put a good show. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna knock him out in this round or anything, because I can speak all this game, I can speak all I want, but we just gotta perform as well.
Yep.
So, well, I'm gonna just say this: like, expect the unexpected. I just know that I'm gonna come ready for whatever. If this guy's gotta come pressuring, then I'm gonna be ready. Then I'll be able to box. If he's gonna come up trying to box, then I can pressure him as well. So I'm adaptable to all of that.
Yep.
So I would just say this is just that, you know, I'm just there to put on a show, and, you know, and give the fans what they pay for.
Yes, sir. Just gonna let this car pass by. Yeah, we should be good actually. So that's great. I'm looking forward to it. No, for
Yeah.
sure. What's So we were talking about this previously to this, that I was gonna, ask you certain questions about, like, current, I guess, like, boxing stuff. But I guess the first question to ask you about, current boxing or boxing today is, who's your favorite boxer? Would you say currently?
My favorite boxer currently is Jesse Bam Rodriguez. He's a lot lighter than I am, but he's definitely someone I like looking at, because he reminds me a lot of Lomachenko,
Yeah.
but with a little more slickness,
Yep.
a little more pressure.
Yeah.
So he's someone I
Little
like
more
watching. Yeah, a lot more pop, but also very entertaining.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember once I started watching him, like, my style went from here to, like, here, because, like,
Yeah.
like,
He's almost-
I may not have the power, but I at least put on a show.
Yeah. No, for sure. Okay, so could you possibly answer this question? So, I have seen on podcasts and whatnot, just maybe on shorts or whatever, that people have said that, it's ever since Crawford beat Canelo, that there is no longer much of a face of boxing. Now that, yeah, and I would say that maybe that, I mean, yeah, I guess Crawford sealed the deal, right? But I guess, like, we kind of stopped seeing, like, Canelo as the face of boxing a little bit before that, even, like, after the Bivol lost. But it was, yeah. Is there anybody that you could say right now is, like, the face of boxing, or
At the moment, yeah, I would say Crawford would have been the face of boxing, but obviously he's retired.
Yeah.
So I mean, plus he hasn't defended his titles either.
Yep.
So that's pretty much that's kind of a coin toss right now. It's difficult, honestly. I would say definitely Canelo at the moment, but right now, obviously, like, after the Bivol loss, like you said, he kind of didn't see him the same. Face of boxing right now, I don't know. I really can't answer it, because there's different, there's obviously different rumors for, like, different fights and stuff.
Yeah.
But you know what? As a matter of fact, I would say the face of boxing right now might very arguable.
Yeah.
Naoya Inoue.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was honestly, that was right before you said that, the thought had popped into my head, and I have something that is also very arguable. It's a take that I don't even want to really necessarily say, but continue. Explain your.
I think Inoue, just because he gives you a lot of quality fights.
Yeah.
He doesn't give you just bums, like.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So he gives you quality fights, because, I mean, May 2nd he's fighting Junta Nagatani. Nagatani's an explosive fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Very explosive fighter, very knockout artist as well. So it's a very entertaining fight. They're both Japanese, so they'll be fighting in the Tokyo Dome.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's gonna get a lot of seats, a lot of butts in the seats. And Inoue can sell tickets as well. So, because for the face of boxing, you want to know how much crowd you bring in.
No, you're right. You're right.
And how your opponents you bring. And
you're right.
Inoue's been doing that lately.
No, you're right. You're right. Especially because he broke out, at least gained more popularity over here in the U.S.
Yeah.
Or on the West. Maybe last year or 2 years ago. But I was gonna have another take, and I guess, yeah, ticket sales are a big thing. Well, they're the thing by which we should measure. But I was gonna say Ryan Garcia. I mean, kind of arguably right now, because I've been seeing him a lot on my social media, just mainly because he's, streaming. He's getting in with the influencers and just whatnot. and I just haven't really been able to avoid him, whether I want
That
to
is a
or
hot
not.
take. That is a hot take, but you're not. I wouldn't say you're entirely wrong.
Yeah,
Just because
because
Yeah.
he got a victory his last fight too.
he did
so
get a
it's
victory,
like,
he did get a
you know,
victory. So yeah,
yeah, right.
he's a world champion officially now. So I mean, can't take that away from him. But that is a hot take because obviously, you know, I'm really big into boxing, so I don't want to
Yeah,
admit it.
yeah.
I really don't
That's
want
what
to
I'm
admit
saying,
it.
right? Yeah.
But also, it's not just my opinion; it's pretty much the whole public's opinion.
Yeah,
So pretty much
and
the world's
that
opinion.
might be more of like a casual take,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the casual, but obviously, like, I guess casuals are maybe the majority. So
Yeah,
you
honestly.
know,
So I mean, like you said,
um,
that is a hot take. You know, it's very arguable, but I wouldn't say you're wrong.
yeah,
I wouldn't say you're wrong.
because unfortunately, as much as I mean, but the thing is, like, thankfully, anyway, is an entertaining boxer as much as he is skilled.
Yeah.
Because I mean, how many casual people hated on Floyd, and like, you know, you would hear like, oh yeah, it's all just hugging and this and that, right? It's like
he's
there
running
is
and
a
all
lot
that,
of
yeah.
skill, but it's just like, you know, you don't want to see it as much. But with anyway, that's a small guy that can hit hard.
Yeah,
You
hit
know?
hard, and like he's winning like
And
he has a lot of
put
heart.
he's willing
He
to
has a
put
lot of
himself
heart.
in the fire, like, to get that hit. You know.
Exactly.
So, yeah. So okay, so we got Inoue or Bam Rodriguez. Could you fill out the rest of the 4 spots? So like, as for top 5.
Top 5. So Bam Rodriguez,
Uh-huh.
Inoue's for sure. Current boxer right now. I would say Shakur. I like Shakur, especially after Tio. After the Tio fight, that cemented it. I would say Usyk.
Uh-huh.
Usyk was another good one. And currently, I can only give you 4. I don't know about the 5th one, honestly.
Really? What about even yeah, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, personally, I haven't been watching a lot of boxing lately,
Yeah.
just because, you know, I've been focused on my own thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, it's just you gotta really entertain me.
Yeah.
Not only entertain, but like, you know, captivate my eye.
No,
So
for sure. I
those are
mean,
like the only 4 that kind of captivate my eye at the moment.
yeah, I know for sure, because it's not even so much about like the skill. It's like you want to see a good fight. You want to see a good back and forth. Like,
Yeah.
it's either, I mean, I want to see domination, but I also want to see domination that's like earned. Like, for example, I mean, to be honest, this might not be a good example for you to necessarily, you know, understand, but because I'm a UFC guy, you know that, right?
Yeah.
But when, let's, you know, for example, let's say with Peter Yan's last fight with Merab, like, Peter Yan won that one, but every round was pretty close, you know. So like, even when you see that, it's like, that's domination technically, right? You run
Technically, yeah.
every round, but they're all close. Those are also so cool to see, you know, because it's like, you would call that one-sided, but it was still hard-earned, you know. And so you really only get that when you're willing to put something on the line, you know, sacrifice, and, you know, whether that's your record or a belt or something like that. But yeah, what would you say that boxing needs at the moment to be more interesting?
Just people that are willing to fight. If, you know, big names trying to get each other, see who's actually the real dog. Like with Tio and Shakur,
Yeah.
that was definitely a good fight, just because they're both entertaining fighters. You know, Shakur is, you know, getting called the boring fighter, all that. He's a holder, he's a runner. But he showed that with Tio. Tio had a tough time with him.
Dude, that was Canelo Crawford again.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So yeah, so that's like stuff like that. You know, I just want good fights. You know, just good fight. That's what, like, you know, doesn't have to mean, you know, doesn't have to be like a whole out Mexican war where they're going trying to see who's tougher. No, I just want like good quality fights.
Yeah.
It's like someone that can show their skills and see who's got better skills.
For sure. Especially because we're already doing that in sparring.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like people are already taking those chances in sparring, but it's interesting to me that they won't do that in like a fight.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know? But yeah, it's just a random thought that I just had. But because it's like when I see you guys spar, I'm like, y'all are always, you know, freaking dogging it out. And it's also too, like, if you don't try that hard like during sparring too, it's crazy to me that sometimes, I guess maybe, you know, now maybe this might be a hot take or whatever, that how do I say this? So if you have a sparring partner that traveled like an hour or so to come to you, or you to go to them or whatever, it'd be like mega disrespectful if you like don't try in sparring.
Yeah.
But like if you just run the entire time, right?
Exactly,
But
yeah.
then in the whole fight, you have someone prepared for like 6 to 8 weeks. All these things, right?
Yeah.
But then in the fight, that you're able to do that,
Yeah,
right?
exactly, yeah.
It's kind of backwards, I guess. But I mean, you know, it's whatever. But yeah, which is why thankfully we got Elite Underdog Promotions to go ahead and bring us these fights, along with you know guys like MOG, prospects from the Bay Area, to go ahead and again just give us these entertaining fights where people are actually confident enough in their abilities to go ahead and take these risks and put on entertaining fights for the people. Because you know, you just heard it from someone that's making their pro debut. Like, that's what boxing needs, and that's what he's here to bring us. So very much appreciate Mr. MOG for bringing that to us, because you know they call baseball America's pastime, and like
Yeah.
you know, like I
Yeah.
feel like you really associate America with baseball and stuff like that, but I feel like you can really associate it with boxing as well, because it even predates America, right? I believe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure. But like, you know, people were, I'm sure, were always duking it out with their fists before, you know, since the dawn of time. So, yeah. So one more time, you guys can go ahead and check out Mr. MOG's fight on April 4th in Union City, Rumble in the Ruin, and yeah. Or you can go ahead and find him at Benjamin's Boxing. He's, you know, we're always training over there. So find either one of us, or you can come take a class from one of us. But yeah, go ahead and check out Elite Underdogs. MOG, what's your handle?
MOG 10.1.
Yes, sir. And then Benjamin's Boxing, BB and Fit, MidFall Company on Instagram, MidFall99 for music, media, and all that stuff, and then Villanueva Luis on Instagram. And yeah, go ahead and check out the rest of what we got, because we got a lot. Like I said, music, you can check out the gym. We got clothing. You can check out MOG's clothes, because they're going to come out soon too, or they're going to be on the website by the time that this is up. So yeah, go ahead and check everything out. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, MOG, for his time again, and we'll catch you guys.
Peace.